We talked about it at the outset. Rebounding was going to be key. They set the tone early with some. Dickey went to the boards really well early in the ball game. But you look at it. If you think you're going to hold Francis Alonso and you're going to hold their leading scorers down, you have a really good shot at it. But other guys stepped up for UNCG. A tough one here on the road today. What did you tell the team after the ball game?
Well, I don't think we played very well, and I told him I thought we played fairly well defensively, well enough to be in the ball game and have a chance to win. You hold them under their scoring average pretty significantly, and we just didn't execute very well offensively, and we were very one-dimensional, and that's hard to beat a good team one-dimensional. We 2 games in a row we haven't had a good inside-outside presence. It's been kind of all perimeter, and we weren't able to throw it inside and get baskets in there and make them react, double team, and they could just sit on our perimeter. It's a little bit like it was a year ago. They just kind of locked in outside and played us one-on-one at the basket, and we didn't make very good decisions in there, and we didn't score, didn't get to the foul line. You're right. They had 6 offensive rebounds in about the first 7.5 minutes, and from there on, we did a pretty good job. They only ended up with 11. They had 8 at half, and we ended up with 10. And the rebounding was just a three margin differential. But I thought the second half they defended us very well. And little Isaiah Miller came in, and his penetration hurt us, and he gave people some easy shots at the basket. Demetrius Troy, the start of the second half, came out and hit a couple threes and gave him a little cushion. But even at the 5-6 minute mark, we're only 11 or 12 down. And we just couldn't get anything going offensively. And, and I told the guys that, tonight's one of those nights where, we weren't making great decisions. We were, penetrating into heavy traffic. We're taking some tough shots. We got to play in one-on-one instead of making each other better with some really good execution. You don't win against a good team doing that kind of play. And, we haven't done that for several games, but, tonight and give them credit, they forced us into maybe doing some of those things.
Yeah, talk about their length, Coach. I know that was a big factor in guarding the interior. You talk about how tough it was to throw it down there into that red alert area, that tough inside game that was tough to get it in there. Was it some of their length? I know they're very athletic. We talked about that during the pregame.
Yeah, I don't know. They had 5 blocks. I think it's a little bit of a factor, but I just didn't think we pinned and caught it where we should and slowed down, and it was one-on-one. You should have enough. We got some postmen that can play one-on-one at the basket. You just got to slow down and take what they give you. And we're putting our shoulder down again, our head down, going right into the defense. You're not going to get a call. That's people. That's a no call this year. So you got to adapt, and we got to go back to work. And I got to do a better job calling offense and giving our guys a chance to do some things with execution. And and I told our bench too. I struggled tonight to find a spark or two off of our bench with any consistency. So it just didn't play well enough against a good team here on the road to get it done. So it's we win together, we lose together. Just wasn't a very good outing.
Right, Coach. I thought Mark Gosselin played pretty well, 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists passing out of that. One of the bright spots on your stat sheet for you there. Played pretty hard for your squad down low. And, again, it was good to see a lot of guys get some playing time. But like you said, I think you found trouble that we've had we've consistently had somebody step up. But tonight it was tough finding that one person to step up outside of Mark Gosselin.
Yeah, Mark did play. He's pretty solid. But we just never got a run ourselves and got a spark. We kept talking about that at timeouts. We talked about it at half. Let's don't let them go on one of their runs, but we gotta find one ourselves. And even when we were, 8 or 10 down, even when it was 11 or 12, there was still 6, 7, 8 minutes to go. Hey, let's catch fire and execute and get the momentum and get right back in it and see how they respond to that. And we just never were able to do that. And they're a good team. Give them credit. There's a great atmosphere in here tonight.
Coach, we talked about it. 4 of our last 5 games here in the regular season will be played at home. You got a tough one coming up again. Wofford took it on the chin today down at Furman, but you got Wofford coming up. You got league leader ETSU, but you get 4 of your last 5 at home to make a final push towards Asheville.
Yeah, it'd be good to play at home. I think your crowd can give you a lift when you need it, and I think that crowd here helped them when they needed it here a little bit. But it'll be good to be back home, but you got to play. We're playing some really good teams, so. I think our guys will respond. I told them before the game, I think we're improving. I think we're taking steps forward, and what we have to do now is show that we can beat one of the top teams. And we showed at Wofford earlier that we could play with them. when you go back to Furman and East Tennessee State, when they gave us a really good shot and really knocked us down a little bit, we didn't respond very well. Well, here recently we've been doing that much better. So that's something that I like about my basketball team. When we got some competitors and we got some toughness, it can always get better. But now we got to take the next step and beat one of these teams. So hopefully at home we'll get one of those wins and take the next step forward. It's a process, and we're still going through it, and hopefully we can take that next step here this next week or so and catch fire.